All right, here we are, part 2 of my freaking stupid rant. I would be stupid if I made a video on how broken Phantom Forces was and I didn't have a video saying like what I think would fix the game. Okay, so this video is going to be called How to Fix Phantom Forces. We're going to be taking a look at some of these some things that need changes and what I think would be an efficient way to effectively change some of the balancing in the game, because it's kind of stupid. Alrighty guys, first of all, if you are new, please hit that sub button. I would greatly appreciate it. It would help me out a lot. We're trying to grow here, and that all starts with you, so I'd really appreciate it. Like, comment, all that stuff. Also, since I'm getting into a little touchy subject, I want everyone to have a voice. And I get some of you, me included, don't really feel like we have a voice or a say on this. And we're seeing this game just go downhill. And we want to have a voice. So comment section, what do you think needs to be done? I don't want any negativity. I don't want any toxism. I don't want anything like that. We all have something to say. Everyone's opinion is the same. We're all on the equal grounds on that. So that being said, I want you guys to go in the comments, comment what you think would help this game out, because I think we can all agree this game needs a little bit of help. Alrighty, so the first thing we're going to be talking about, the shotguns, like I talked about yesterday. The freaking shotguns. Okay, they have an insane amount of range, and I think they need to be a little bit toned down. Okay, so the shotguns, right? These things have way too much range. The spread on this is way too tight. Let's look at this. Boom, look at that spread. That's about, we'll say back here is like 60-70 studs. Look at that spread. I want this spread to be about the grouping of the reticle, like the whole glass, maybe a little bit less. That's too much. I want that to be like a square like that, okay? Because that grouping, this grouping right here, that's way too close for a shotgun. Okay, and I get it, it's the KSM, but a lot of the shotguns have spread like that. We need to bump up the spread of the shotguns. Okay, we need to increase them and not make them so stupid. The next thing we're going to talk about is the effective range of shotguns, and this is going to vary between shotguns. Obviously there's different types, everything acts different, I get that, right? But for the most part, I think look at that, 219 studs, one tap. Okay, that's a problem. These shotguns shouldn't be able to one tap past 150 yards at the minimum, maybe even 100. I keep saying yards, I mean studs, freaking the same thing. Okay, but these things shouldn't be able to one tap past, well, I'm gonna say 100 studs. Screw that. These things shouldn't be able to one tap past 100 studs. Any shotgun. If you do, okay, we'll go any rounds. So buckshot, flechette, birdshot, rubber pellets shouldn't be able to one tap past 100 studs. Any shotgun. Slugs, we'll bump that up to 150 to 200 studs, because I get it, it's a slug. Slugs are meant for longer ranges, obviously. I'm fine with that. All right, so the last change that I would make to shotguns would be to buff the pen on buckshot just by a little bit, and then I would completely just get rid of flechette. The flechette is just way too powerful to be in a game like this, and I think if you just buff normal rounds a little bit and just yank flechette, we would be looking at a completely different story. Flechette is pretty much a free upgrade if you're going to be using a shotgun. Okay, Flechette is a free upgrade and there's no downside to it. I mentioned in a video before, if you have Flechette, maybe bump it, maybe make the shells a little bit bigger. So instead of like 14 rounds in the KSG, we could only do 10 rounds. I think that would balance things out a little bit if you had Flechette, but I would just yank them. Okay. And okay. What shotguns need to be looked at the most? Because I think, but the KSG and the Spaz 12, I think these are the most balanced. I really do. The KSG, you can shoot kind of fast, but I mean, I shot at someone 3 times. It took me 3 shots to hit someone with a KSG. I think that's fine. At 100 studs, perfectly fine for me. Close range, obviously a shotgun's gonna decimate someone. No question about that. Like that, perfect. 92 studs, took 4 shots to kill him. It's a shotgun. You shouldn't be able to use it on this map. I'm going 28 and 7 using a shotgun on this map. And alrighty, the next thing we're going to be talking about is this LMG. Not this one in particular. Actually, maybe this one in particular. But a couple of these LMGs. I'm not even going to name them LMGs. The guns that you see the most people using. The most auto guns. It happens to be this LMG and like the H-bar, the hammer, even stuff like that. The hammer is like a free upgrade from the Scar L. You get 20 more rounds and there's no downside to it. But as you can see, that M60, there's no recoil to. You can just like, you aim down a little bit, your bullets hit the same exact spot every single time. And you have 100 rounds of that. It's a point click gun and there's no skill gap. There's no learning curve to the gun. It's literally a point shoot. And it's a low unlock. You'll unlock this thing at rank 18. You notice the recoil out of like the G3, the AG3, and some of the other 308 rifles? They have a decent bit of kick, but you can control them if you know how to use the gun. This gun, it's a 308, right? You don't need to have practice with this gun to be good with it. I want the gun to have a little bit more vertical recoil and a little bit more horizontal recoil, just to where someone would have to either know what attachment to put on it. I want there to be recoil just so someone has to constantly be aware, like, hey, I have to pull my gun down to be accurate with it. You notice how everyone, like, not anyone can use any, like, the AK-47 or the AKM or anything like that. It's because you need to know what you're doing with the gun. The gun has recoil. You gotta be able to, like, you gotta know what you're doing for some of those guns. I want the same thing to some of these overpowered guns that are in the game right now, and the whole reason they're overpowered is because there's no recoil and they have high mag counts. And they do a decent bit of damage. Like, I get it, these LMGs, they shoot beefy rounds. They should be able to do somewhat good damage. Like 40 damage, yeah. I mean, it's a 308. There needs to be a little bit of a learning curve to some of these guns. M60, AUG H-bar. Some of these RPKs even have really good pen. Not a lot of people know about them, but it's insane. 99% of the time when you join the lobby, you see some of these broken guns. Like, you see the 50 cals, and let's talk about the 50 cals right now. You see BFGs and M107s everywhere just because the time to kill was brought so far down. I barely see anyone use a Mosin anymore, or the Steyr Scout, or the WA2000, or the R700, or the SVU, or the AWS, AWM. Like, what happened? All you see in the feed, if someone's sniping, they're using a BFG M107 Hecate. Maybe the low level with the intervention. And that's because it's a one tap. And most of the time when you're sniping, you don't have a follow-up shot in between them killing you. So that's a whole different story for these snipers. Okay, but some of these guns, Like mainly like this, the M60, the H-bar, L86. Oh, since we're on the L86 right here, I'm going to talk about this. Some of these guns, if you're versing, like if you're using a scope on your gun, so like sniping and all that, and like ACOGs and all that, if you get shot at by like an LMG or an assault or even a shotgun, your screen shakes way too much. I'm gonna lower the suppression a little bit. Obviously the screen's still gonna shake, but it needs to be brought down a little bit to where you can actually like aim. A lot of the times if you're being shot at, especially by the L86 and the C7 and all that, there's no way you'll be able to have a follow-up shot if you have a scope on. And it's not as drastic with a 1x because it's not as zoomed out, but the snipers, oh, you betcha you're not gonna be able to like do anything. So I would like a change on that. I'm kind of rambling on right now, but I don't know, guys. I feel like the balancing in this game is all over the place. I really want guns to have learning curves. I want guns to have learning curves, not a point-click gun. Okay, and shotguns and LMGs and anything that requires like no skill to use, it's literally just feeding into the like everyone being tired of the game. You get all these high levels that work so hard to like learn guns and stuff, and in the past 2 months all the stuff that they've added that like just change the balancing and make it easier for camper Joe just doesn't help, and everyone's getting sick of it, and I would love to see it change. But anyways, that's kind of my rant. There's probably a lot of stuff I missed, and I was thinking about writing a whole list of stuff down and like just talking about it point to point to point, and maybe I need to do that. But look at that flick though, easy. But I just don't have the time for that. I'm recording before I stream, and yeah, I don't know, I just kind of felt stupid making a video about how the game's broken and how they're killing the game and not have at least some ideas of what could possibly be a way to fix it. So I wanted to make this video and get it out there, you know. So, and yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, I think if you lowered the pen for some of these, like the flechette, or at least got rid of it, and like you widen the spread and not made the shotguns effective past like 100 studs, that'd fix a lot of the problems. Like the KSG and the Spaz 12 actually somewhat balanced. And for LMGs, the Cole LMG, somewhat balanced. It's good. Obviously it's good. 60 rounds, it's gonna be good, but it's not game breaking like the M60 and some of these other guns that have no recoil in their lasers, and anyone can pick up and use it because it's a low level unlock. That's what I'm trying to say. So like, I think if we got that addressed, it would fix 80-90% of the problem. Just those simple things would fix a lot of the problem. We'd be rambling. I've been talking for 22 minutes. We'll see how much I take out, and we'll see the final product. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Klinger HQ, and yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think of this. Am I accurate? What do you think would be a good idea to fix? I guess let me know. This is all open for discussion. My opinion is not more important than yours. Okay? So let me know. I want everyone talking. And yeah, but anyways, guys, I'm out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching and hearing my rant. Till we meet again, huh? But hey, have a good one. Tell someone you love them. I'll talk to you guys later, okay? See ya.